Hello, Internet, and welcome to Hearts of Stone. We are here to play some Blades in the Dark, and we're super excited to be back and having you join us. We're going to get started here in a second, but first, going to talk about what we've got going on the channel. Right now, just have 2 streams that we've got going on every week. Other than this game, on Mondays, we are about to finish up Red Jenny playing the Dragon Age TTRPG. Probably 2 sessions left. Monday may be the finale. I have no idea. It kind of depends on how long things go on for. It's hard to gauge with like combat and all that. So could be finale on Monday. Could have one more session after, but join us either way. If you want to keep up to date on everything that we are doing, join our Discord. Links below our faces if you're watching us live on Twitch. Also head over to YouTube, and there is plenty of stuff to watch there. If you missed the first 68 episodes of Red Jenny, watch those. You might be able to get that done, but probably not by
As
Monday.
of today, the YouTube's officially up to date too.
Yeah. So check that out too. That's all I've got, though. I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to my lovely players here, introduce themselves, talk about what they do on and off this channel and who they're playing tonight, starting, as always, with Van.
Hello, I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, wherever you find people on the internets. I don't really exist outside this channel. I am a figment of your imagination. But if you're like me and you like to talk to the voices in your head, you should join our Discord, because that's where I hang out most of the time, talking about bullshit. This week it's Assassin's Creed. Baby Shadows is out. Speaking of shadows, today I am playing Glass, who is this party's whisper.
Love it. Hey, I'm Christine Sid. You can find me on the internet at Creek Sid, but instead of trying to find all my defunct social medias, you can go do something nice for yourself. Like I did for my birthday, I bought myself a beautiful set of new dice. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. I would also say that you could go back and watch all 68 episodes of our Monday night stream, but I just did the math on it, and it would take 8.5 days straight, like not sleeping, 8.5 days straight to do so. So
I
I
can
don't
put us on 1.5 speed.
maybe 2.5, maybe.
We talk pretty fast already. I think 1.25 is perfectly.
I think in order to get that done feasible, you'd have to have it like 4 times speed to have that done in time.
Yeah.
And
Maybe,
at that point, we're just noise.
maybe our viewers are geniuses, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Every
yes,
single
they
one.
are. So, but hey, you get a good crack at it. But today I am playing Salome, who is our group's spider.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at rjustice282 on all the socials. My social security number is none of your concern.
420 69 69. How many digits are in a social security number?
You got it. That was right. Yeah.
You have,
3, then 2, then 4.
I'm doing a lot of things all over the interweb, and I normally retweet whenever I go live. Today, I'm playing the Hull, Fume. Yeah, we're trying out the Heaves.
Oh, I just muted myself to speak. Hi, everybody. I am Wings. And today I am playing as Grackle, who used to be a hound and used to be a ghost and is now a vampire. Yay! You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. That's it.
All right. That's me, everyone. I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. Also, just here.
It sounded like you said I'm vile.
I'm Val.
Like, I'm vile.
Haul everyone.
Don't
Val.
say that about yourself. You're perfectly disgusting.
Thank you. You can find me mostly just here running these fools through different games throughout the week, and then that's pretty much it. Also been played a bunch of Repo last night on several different streaming channels, so I guess you can just hop around and figure out which ones those were.
I was all over the damn internet yesterday.
Yeah. I think we ended up in 2 different streams on LB's channel and then on Crow's Perch. So yeah, check that out. Played till like 2 a.m. But are y'all ready to get started with this game?
Yes, chef.
Heard previously on Hearts of Stone. We began our last session on the tail end of your crew's heist / murder / kidnapping of the Dimmer sisters. You had were in the process of capturing the spirits that the spirit vials that the Dimmer sisters were contained within. Fume choosing to house them within his own body, so you could make a quicker escape as the Iron Coats arrived in full force to apprehend these attackers. You were able to make your escape through a like an underground mine shaft that the Dimmer sisters were using to ferry spirit vials out of their estate for, at this point, unknown purposes, though you assumed the Baron's involvement. You had a dramatic confrontation with an iron coat that was pursuing you down this mine shaft. You were able to successfully keep it at bay using a combination of explosives and magic as you hurled out into the river and made your escape back to the jewelry box. We then entered downtime, where Fume put the spirits of the Dimmer sisters into a dollhouse that was a perfect recreation of their estate, hoping to keep them contained within until you could decide what to do with them. And Grackle became a vampire. And then you had a party where you discussed with many people Grackle becoming a vampire. And we ended with Glass having a conversation with Jackdaw about said vampirism. I think that was most of the big stuff that happened last session. So where we pick up today, we are still like at the tail end. I think everybody took all their downtime actions, so at this point anything that's being done is just spending coin or any sort of role play or anything.
I don't think we did my freebie, did we? Or did we use my freebie to heal somebody?
A lot of the, because it took like 5 downtime actions or something to do Grackles.
That's right. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we used it.
Yeah, I would assume you'd use it and didn't hold
Yeah.
off on that.
Yeah.
All right, I got electrocuted.
Yes.
Whoops.
So is there anything, I guess we were having this get together, this little party. I don't know if there was anything else we need to play out as far as that little event went.
Probably not play out, but we probably had to just tell the full obedient servants crew in general that we may need to lie low for a while.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's easy enough. You can give your marching orders to your crew. Let them know what's up.
I figure we probably even just have like a code word contingency for Baroness after us. Like
Closing time.
We would have probably planned for all contingencies at this point. So yeah, like we say the code. What would the code word be?
Closing
so-
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
closing
I
time.
like closing time. Okay.
Closing time's good.
Well, let's call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer.
Yeah.
Are we a 24-hour establishment?
We're like, we're like a 22. Yeah, exactly what I was
Got it.
thinking. We need like 2 hours to clean up and refresh, I think. But yeah.
Like, no one's here at 7 a.m.,
Yeah.
but we're open.
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody were to wander in, somebody will be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily pass that information down your ranks. You've got a pretty significant amount of people working for you at this point. Your crew has grown significantly with your cohorts and your tier. You've got a lot of people that can pass on that information, keep eyes and ears
I
out
feel
for
like Zephyr is probably both the hardest one to communicate this information to and probably the most important one to communicate this information to.
you. Yeah, with everything still pretending to be my Lara Cloud. Yeah.
So, with my small body, could I just sneak into the Red Sash's place and just... Hello, Zephyr. We have something to talk about.
Oh no, she knows the code word too. Hello, Zephyr. Closing time.
Goodbye, Zephyr.
Yeah. Well, so so Zephyr isn't even really with what happened to the Red Sashes. The Red Sashes themselves are not really affiliated. It's an interesting situation because she is pretending to be Mylara Clev, who is now the head of the the essentially security division, the police force for the pretty much all of Duskfall. But she publicly, or Mylara, one of their last acts was to like apprehend the Red Sashes. So the Red Sashes are in hiding. They've lost their stance. Like the ones that did go with Mylara Clev are now more operating in like the public sphere as enforcers and bluecoats, or working with the bluecoats and the ironcoats. But yes, you can, that all that to be said, you can definitely reach out to her, either Fume sneaking in tiny robot style, or somebody else passing a message along to her.
Is Mylar still or sorry, Zephyr still based in the like ex Red Sash like stronghold?
No. And because interesting enough, most of the blue coats and all of their stuff is really stationed like within the controlled part of Duskfall, across like the checkpoints and everything that's been set up. So she is mostly operating within like Charter Hall and up in Brightstone, where Mylara Clev's new offices were. The training grounds for the Red Sashes, most of that has been apprehended by are being used by the Bluecoats currently as like interior staging grounds for like policing the area of Crowsfoot and some of the surrounding districts. But like I said, you can get a message to her without rolling or any issue. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that gives you an idea of where all the pieces are in place. So where things stand currently, like I said, the checkpoints are still intact. You have the hollows, the horde, or the voice really, that is helping to get information for you on what's going on with the checkpoints, and some inside the city business as well, or interior city business. That's kind of how I'm going to refer to it, as like interior and exterior city. Yes, RJ.
Interior crocodile alligator. Sorry.
Okay.
I should have muted.
So a couple of more pressing matters, like probably the most pressing matter currently, is that what you're doing with the Dimmer sisters.
All right.
They are stuck in a dollhouse right now, imprisoned within one, due to Fume and Glass's efforts to do so. So you need to decide what to do there. I am going to go ahead and let Grackle know, because you still have your mark, like to kill them. You are contracted to do so, and compelled. I imagine Grackle still wants to. What I'm gonna let you know, based on the concept of mechanics of this deal that you've made with this demon, is that every downtime, now that you have the ability to kill them currently, every downtime that you go without killing them, you're going to take a level 2 harm.
Okay.
They're right there. What are you doing? Stuff, things.
Things and stuff.
I think in game mechanics, as you like maybe the next day are like waking, I don't remember which strictures you took if you have to sleep. I think you took the sleeping one.
coffin, right? Because we said that we converted Fume's old sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah.
I did. I took slumber.
Yeah. So maybe as you awaken from your rest, like full Nosferatu style, just like standing straight up in your coffin, you you feel like a pain kind of run through. You're like, you have a corporeal body now. You can like feel pain, even if it isn't necessarily, even if you are more inert or resistant to mortal injury. But you feel a pain in, was it your right arm or your left arm? I forgot that we had the
Left, I think.
left arm. Where that brand is, and those names are like engraved on your skin. You begin to see like black veins curling out from the name of the Dimmer sisters. Not like significantly, it's not too bad right now, but it is kind of growing. You feel like a rot taking hold within you as the longer you wait to carry out the act.
Okay. Are we calling this compelled? Or
No, I don't think I'm not. This isn't like a compulsion. You play out your character however you want, but for whatever reason, Grackle.
no, I'm looking for what to call the harm.
Oh, okay. You haven't taken the harm yet because
okay.
we're still in downtime.
Got it.
Right now. Got it. Yeah, we haven't taken the harm yet because you still have the opportunity to do something right now. But if we move past this downtime into another score and you haven't killed them, you're going to take that harm.
Okay. Good to know.
Hello, Grackle. What are you doing? Oh, God!
So, that is one thing going on right now. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this monkey wrench in here too, and let y'all deal with all of this at once.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's a gift from me to you.
You shouldn't have.
It's been a little bit. I mean, you had to do all that stuff with Grackle with the vampire ritual and stuff, so it's been close to like a week or two since the job with the Dimmer sisters at this point. We'll say early morning. Like the sun, what sun there isn't a sun, but as the night ends and that a bit of light begins to kind of diffuse through the fog and the smoke around the city, and some of it begins to wane and kind of peel back across the streets. Just at the earliest hours in the morning, there is a I would suppose you'd probably all be asleep at this point. So all of you hear, as you are kind of roused from your sleep, a loud voice from downstairs in the main room of the jewelry box. You hear Smash's voice going, "Hey, is anyone here? We got a problem."
Drive around
Robe.
somewhere.
Who the hell is that? I've never heard that voice before.
Come a running.
Smash?
You know it's bad because Smash is talking.
Oh shit.
What's happened?
Come with me. Got a problem. At the coffers.
Oh.
Right.
Shit.
Is
Put on.
this a like bring guns problem or a
Only we should get past the checkpoint.
fuck? All right.
It's
Light load.
It's fine. It's fine. I have you covered.
Throw on
Coffers?
disguise, not nice clothes, and we head out.
Yeah. You Smash.
Grackle coming?
There's Cal back up. Oh yeah.
Rebel Grackle's coming.
Okay.
Whether or not she's like integrated into the group. Like, I feel like maybe she jumps on her horse and heads straight to the coffers.
Ghost horse.
Ghost horse riding through the city. Okay. Yeah, so you all head over there as quickly as you can. Smash is on foot, so the rest of you head with him across the city. If Grackle's on horseback, then she'll get there much faster than everyone else. Assuming you're not trying to smuggle anything huge through the checkpoint, you're able to pass without any sort of issues. You make it to night market, and as you approach the front of the jewelry box, the first thing you notice is fragments of glass littered across the street.
What?
Yeah, glass is dead.
Pieces of you, pieces
There-
of
It's
me.
me.
Their body just everywhere.
Who are you?
You have a full Sixth Sense moment where you realize that you're a ghost.
Wow, spoilers.
No, you see the front windows of the coffers. The building itself is like mostly kind of like underground, but there are some like narrow like front windows that allowed some sunlight and stuff kind of along the base, along like street level. All of them have been smashed out. As you head through the front doors, you can see they have also been broken in. There's a huge like where the lock was engaged, just splinters of the door broken away, as if something very heavy like kicked through the front door, basically destroying it in the process. Inside the jewelry, or inside the coffers, you see more destruction. The main
Where are
bar-
Will and Nala?
Yeah,
And
so
Emilian.
Then Emilian.
the main bar has been smashed. All the liquor bottles have been poured out onto the floors, the ones that
What
weren't
a
smashed in the
dick!
process. The pretty much any decoration has been like ripped up, like carpet's been ripped up, floors, walls have been smashed in, just like destruction. No blood, no signs of any like sort of like confrontation or fight. Standing there as you enter, you see Grab, a few other members of your crew, kind of like keeping a lookout as you go in. They all look kind of twitchy right now, like they were, as you come in, and they're making sure that nobody's about to like roll up
gee, I
on
wonder
them.
why.
Will and Nala are there too. Both seem fine but very shaken. Nala is sitting on a bar stool. She's got so kind of it's pretty like drafty in here because of the broken windows and the doors and the walls and stuff. She's got like a shawl or like a blanket pulled over her. Will is kind of pacing back where his like hair's a mess. He looks like he barely slept. Kind of looking over the damages, just like you see there's a broom in his hand, like he had started to clean stuff up and then just got to a point where he stopped and wasn't really sure what to do. He looks at all of you as you enter and says, morning.
Are you both all right?
We're fine.
Where's my brother?
Oh yeah, Amelia would be here too, wouldn't he? Yeah, so yeah, we'll say Emilian comes up.
He's
like,
picking
comes
up big things of junk.
yeah, Emilian is coming down from like the basement. He comes up the stairs lead down to like the cellar area, and just has a bunch of like, actually no, he's got a bucket of like sand that he's pouring on like the puddles on the floor to help like sweeping up, like getting up the stuff a little bit easier. Like he's already kind of working to try to get everything like cleaned up a little bit more. He gives a very quiet wave over to you, Fume, as you come in.
The
Everyone seems
visible
to be fine.
relief.
Yeah. And Will says, I'm not entirely sure what happened here. Safe's been cleaned out too. All the profits from the last week hadn't taken it to the bank yet.
Don't worry about it.
Profits can be recouped.
It's not a concern.
You say that now. He reaches over to the bar, picks up a slip of paper, and hands it over to you. Looks like it's a envelope letter that's been opened. He's already opened it and read it. He hands it back to you. You open it up. It is a note from the or letter official from the like First Bank of Duskfall. That on a notice that a accounting audit has revealed that the coffer owes a huge quantity of back taxes that have not been paid. That must be paid within the next 30 days or the coffers will be seized.
We do everything legit here. What do they mean?
I have no idea. We've paid everything.
It has nothing
I've
to do
double
with
checked the
that.
books.
It stinks.
everything else
Will,
with book-
You'll find Will.
it's not you. I can guarantee that.
So what's going on? We heard Nolan and I were upstairs, middle of the night. It sounds like a cannon went off. We hear smashing. We hid.
Good.
They never came upstairs. They just did this and then left.
To further my point, do you really think that an official summons from the tax man would include completely trashing our establishment?
No, I would assumed that the two things were unrelated.
No.
So not just bad luck. What's going on?
We've made some very powerful enemies, Will.
And I owe you an apology. I promised you that you and Nola would be safe here in a above board establishment.
Just tell me you're gonna fix it. And
Of
this won't
course.
happen again.
Of course, I'm going to fix it. The other matter of it never happening again, I'm going to work on it. But I will not lie to a member of my family. At this juncture, I cannot guarantee that it won't happen again. So, I will give you and Nola a choice. Are you comfortable staying here once everything is cleaned up and handled in regard to this bullshit tax summons? Or you stay on the payroll and we find a safe place for you. At least until things are handled one way or another.
He chews on his words for a moment and looks over at Nala, who says, "I'm fine. Will, I'm fine."
Salome's gonna go over and take whatever jacket she's wearing and kind of put that around her. And
Will looks at her, gives a very soft, very sad look in her direction, looks back at you, says, "I don't know.
You don't need to know right now. Think on it.
We need somewhere else to stay until this is dealt with.
Absolutely.
Someone Nala will be safe."
Yes.
Use my apartment.
All right. I need some
Emilian, you're going with them.
time. What? Oh, right. Sure. Do you want me to stop cleaning?
For now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you for your efforts so far.
Thought I'd try. Puts down what he was working on. The rest of them start to get like packed up. Will and Nala go grab their things, and you maybe send a few of your crew to escort them back to Fume's place. So that would be back in Silkshore, or not your shitty living that you were given at working.
No, I
at the docks.
have in Charter Hall. I have a place, I believe.
In Charter Hall. Okay.
I think so. It was either Charter Hall or Silkshore.
I would assume it was in Silkshore, just because that was where your crews.
Yeah.
So unless this is tied back to like your.
I just remember I have an apartment somewhere.
Yeah,
aside
yeah.
from-
I don't think we ever established where it was. If it's tied back, and I'll let you decide now. If it's tied back to like where you lived before all of this, if this is
Oh,
like
like
your,
Fume bought out like the entire block where he and Emilian used to live.
yeah, or wherever, like that could be in Charter Hall because that would have been closer to where you were working at the time.
Yeah.
If this is all post that, if this is a newer place, then that would probably be in Silkshore.
Okay. Keep them close in Silkshore then.
Silkshore. Okay.
I'd like to spend a wear for a flashback / thing with Emilian. I want to say Fume didn't actually decommission all of the weapon suites on his old body. He just locked them.
That's fine. We don't have to do a flashback for that. That's totally fine.
Just like, Emilian, in the days to come, you might really need these. Click, click, click.
Yeah, just like guns start pop. It's like, what the? Wait. Have these all?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I don't know, I was
It's like getting the basic level of a cart, and you see all of the little junctures where all of the premium options should be. You had the premium options the whole time. They were
It
It's
was
like-
inside of me all along. Right.
Yes.
Fume clicks a couple of like switches on Emilian's neck, and you just hear a more mechanical Fume voice go, "Kill mode engaged."
Wait. Disengage. Disengage.
Disengaging.
All right. You send Emilian with them ready to kill if needed.
Honestly, Will's like the safest motherfucker with these kids.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, he's got 2 robot children looking out for him. So
This is true.
They
It's
will
true.
rip
Well
someone in
protected.
half without trying.
yeah.
That's the thing. It's not that he has to protect them. It's that they're protecting.
Oh, I like this
him.
sad story though, because he's gonna try his hardest to protect them, and then they're gonna come to his rescue.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's gonna
be
realize
incredible.
they're not kids anymore. Damn it.
Like he pushes them into a closet and like,
Guys,
gets
Will
them-
is the protagonist. Like, this is just
Yeah.
his full character arc as a story.
I need
And
to
he's
write
ready
like
to fight off
a
the bad
novel
guys
that's
when
just
they-
this campaign from Will's perspective.
Yep.
Yes.
That's going to come out in junction with our finale.
Oh. So
Yes.
good.
So when this is over, we're gonna reset back to the beginning, but we're all gonna play people who are NPCs right now.
Hello, my
Yes.
name is Will, and you might
Will.
think that this is a situation that's very shitty.
I call Derek.
Done.
I get to be Derek.
Incredible.
Yeah, so they're safely escorted back. While the rest of you are dealing with this, is there anything you want to talk about in the ruins of the coffers right now?
I loved that lamp. Damn.
Oh no!
Don't
they
look at
got
it
the-
too hard. It might destroy your entire existence. Don't look at the lamp.
Don't look at the lamp!
Grackle walks in, having established a perimeter to make sure that nobody stayed or is watching us. Do you think it was him?
Probably. Look what these monsters did. They didn't even smash. They poured them on the floor. Like they opened all of the bottles and poured them.
It's really
It
just
seems-
vindictive.
Yeah.
What a
And
dick move.
inefficient, really. Just smashing would have done the same thing.
No, that's. They wanted to send a message.
Yes, they did.
Message received. How are we going to reply?
I could blow them up.
I like that.
I can't guarantee I won't get the Baron in the blast, so maybe not. The last time I threatened the Baron's life, Grackle threatened mine, and I don't want a repeat of that.
Regardless, I believe this definitely moves any plans that we had forward in the timeline.
Agreed.
We need an inn at the checkpoints. And once we have an inn at the checkpoints, we can bring the full strength of all of our allies to whatever our eventual endgame plan will become.
I have a thought.
We like those.
Occasionally, you don't hear the ones I keep inside. Only Fume hears those.
They're very,
We have like a running competition going. Anyway, I had a thought. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. It's right there. I could, if we think it'll help, try to either add to or infiltrate the Spirit Warden presence. Try to place some spooky friends at the gates, at the checkpoints. I seriously doubt anyone would question that.
The Spirit Wardens, as far as we know, are one of the few factions that aren't exactly friendly with the Foundation or the Baron.
I need to find out how much they've gotten wind of. I can't imagine if they know about what the Baron's doing, they'd be pleased.
Dealing in spirits? No, I don't believe so.
Let me see if I can get some Spirit Wardens present at the checkpoints.
Would you feel comfortable perhaps spreading some rumors about Captain Pansia's shipping companies being utilized for these purposes?
No, of course. I love to stir the pot. Plus, we're gonna kill him anyway, right?
Long look at Grackle. Don't believe we have much of a choice at this point, no.
Alright.
Come this far. Better not trip at the finish line.
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
should I start drawing up some battle plans?
I think so. We mentioned it before, I believe, but once we have a good idea of the entire process of the checkpoints via our spooky friends, we could work on placing my friend Jaren in charge.
What about that blue coat friend of yours, Glass?
Do I have a
Remember-
blue coat friend?
Remember, he was like a god in Charter Hall. You were Kevin at the time, I think, or David, or something.
David. Yes.
David.
Yes.
What's he doing these days?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him since then. I can seek him out.
I do recall he seemed like a good chap, but he didn't exactly know who you were when you became friends with him.
No, but most people who think they're friends with me in Duskwall would say the same thing.
Even me.
That's true. I'll seek him out.
Who's that?
I was
was
rolling
that?
to see if David was dead.
Oh,
Oh.
is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Oh, okay,
Yay. I will look him up. Perhaps he'll be gunning for a promotion.
Alright, gonna take some of the lads to go do some information gathering then, so I can get these plans up and running.
Take Jackdaw with you. He's been antsy.
Have you not been putting him in the enclosure where he can get in his enrichment?
He's perfectly capable of entertaining himself.
He really does sit at the bar sometimes like a lost puppy.
No, that's not new.
Okay. So this sounds like we're moving towards score territory. So I want to pause at this moment because while you are getting this all set up, again, you do have the question of the Dimmer sisters. So I just want to make sure before we move on to a score and Grackle takes some harm that we're ready to do that.
Fume is gonna take Jackdaw, someone named Finch, and Crow Billy.
Crow Billy.
Billy? Is that
Like
one
Crow
word or
Bill.
2 words? Okay.
It's like Crow Billy Eilish. No.
I'm a bird guy.
Duh. Yeah, are we just nuking the Dimmer sisters before the score?
I mean,
I
the
don't know,
biggest thing
Grackle,
that
what
was
are we doing?
keeping us from doing that was that they were inside of you, but they
Yeah.
are no longer inside of you. So,
I know from watching back the last episode that y'all had discussed whether you wanted to use them for information or try to get more out of them. I believe that even Fume in your original, when you originally spoke with them and kind of made this, like you made some sort of deal with them where they would give you more information in exchange for their
lives, I think.
Continued
for their safety.
existence.
Yeah.
Grackle did make it very clear that they need to die eventually. But she has told no one about the physical toll that the pact is taking.
okay.
That's so Grackle.
So, Grackle.
It's the future I can see.
I'm looking at my traumas right now, and the one I picked was secretive.
It makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
I like
But
it,
in
but
the-
it
in the
makes
fun way.
sense.
I hate it in the
So
fun
we-
way.
I'm
Can
sorry.
wait and go ahead. Yes.
Grackle Simone, was that what we were doing just now?
Yeah.
That's so Grackle, it's the future I can
Mhm.
Yep. That's what we were
That's-
doing.
That's correct.
Raven. Her name's Raven.
see. Yes, but
Oh,
Grackle Simone, Raven Simone.
Got it.
That one was a thinker.
It was a thinker.
Yeah.
It was a
was.
slow burn. It was good.
The thing is like I know her as Raven Biles, and I don't remember if that's her character name or if that's her actual
Are you
name.
thinking of Simone Biles?
Am I losing my mind?
I think you're thinking of Simone Biles.
You've mixed a couple celebrities together. It's fine.
That's fine.
That sounds like me.
It's so mysterious to me.
So yeah, I mean, we can say that you are I mean, as far as any of you know at this point, then the issue with the Dimmer sisters isn't pressing. You can decide to do something with them later.
you're really
So-
content in the little dollhouse, so we could save that for later.
Especially since I can heal wounds during
A job.
jobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like speaking out of character as a player, I'm not
Yeah.
pressed on this.
This just gives you more of an excuse to start biting people.
I
Yeah.
know,
Exactly.
Man, the character moment when it happens though is gonna be so good. I can
So
already feel
good.
it in
Yeah.
my bones.
Yeah, okay, not getting like yeah. Not using the meta if the only concern we had was that they could kill Fume, and now that's not
And that's
possible.
handled.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
handled, then I think we would move forward unless we heard something from Grackle, which we're not going to, it sounds like. So
No,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
sure.
break the meta. I deny her fun. I'm gonna kill them on the spot.
Who
Fume
are
just
you? Where are
walks-
we? No.
No.
Fume just walks in, flips a switch.
Hey there. Sits backwards in a chair. You're probably having a lot of fun watching our show right now.
It's still zapping in the background.
Well,
love
let's
it.
get to so it sounds like we've got a score to plan,
Woo!
y'all. So and we had talked, this is a score we talked about 2 months ago, that your plan is to take over one of the checkpoints so that you can move through it unimpeded.
Yeah.
And the method of you doing this, the idea is to put one of your own people in charge of this checkpoint.
We're doing a
So-
classic obedient servants.
Yep.
Exactly. Kidnapping or replacing somebody with somebody you can control. The real kicker would be if you befriended whoever is currently in charge of the checkpoint, got them fired, and then put them back.
Oh, that's kind of what I
mean,
was thinking.
that's-
Yeah.
What we are truly doing is slowly turning all of the city officials into our obedient servants.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's in the name,
It's
y'all.
in the name.
It's so
yeah.
fucked up that they fired you. Like, do you want a job?
Yeah. How about your old job? How about your old job
Would you
you
like your
owe
old
us
job
for
back?
giving it back to you?
But we pay you more.
We totally weren't the cause of you getting fired initially.
We grant PTO.
Oh,
We
the
do.
worst.
And dental.
Oh.
And dental.
I
and
also need to say
dental.
this because before we move on too, Fume,
Yes.
you're fired
Oh yeah.
from the docks.
Yeah.
You show back up,
Oh,
they
yeah.
tell you to go back home.
You used to work at the docks?
Oh yeah. He was kind of infiltrating the whole dock situation.
I see.
How's
I
the
know-
bathhouse doing?
Motherfuckers got our number.
Yeah, if
the
they've busted up the
bathhouse-
bathhouse too, I'm gonna flip out.
the bathhouse as of right now, totally fine.
All right.
Interesting.
Can we ramp up security?
Yeah, I was about to say let's beef that shit up.
Yeah.
Can I
Where's
have it?
Steiner?
Put Steiner on Overwatch.
Just put Steiner on the roof of the bathhouse.
Okay, we put Steiner on the tallest building in Duskwall in hopes that he can see both the bathhouse, the coffers, and
Yeah.
God, yeah. Just
And if he gets a shot on the Baron, he should take it.
it's like wanted. He's making shots from like across the city, just like curving through. Yes.
Thought of a project.
Oh.
curving
Oh.
bullets.
I think that I want to get Kellen out here to help me. And I want to create some kind of magic for our three
Kellen.
establishments.
Kellen's our head witch, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's our head witch. Create some sort of alarm. If something happens, I will know about it. We will know
I
about
like
it. We are all telepathically connected. I
Yeah.
want an alarm that will notify us if something like this happens again.
Okay. So you want to set up something at the bathhouse,
All three.
and the coffers,
All
and
three.
the jewelry box.
And the
Gotcha.
I want
box.
to pinpoint a spell that we can do, and then me and Kellen are gonna go and we're gonna get all the buildings in it, like a silent
Okay.
alarm, but it goes directly to our
So-
brains.
Let me get to the.
Sorry, I know we said we
Oh.
were gonna do a score. It's popped into my head. When
No, that's great.
Wings
And
said
and
security.
also we do need to roll for
Money.
the gambling house too.
Oh yes. Also, so in case it's not entirely clear, or wasn't entirely clear, y'all are at war with the
Mhm.
Foundation currently.
Yep.
Whoa, what?
So
Sick.
until the war is ended.
Resolved.
Yes. Your hold goes down by 1. So I believe that puts you at weak hold again.
It does.
Yeah.
It's temporary. So that will go back once you have resolved this issue.
We just got it up to strong too.
I know.
Yeah.
Our rep is empty.
The other aspect of this is that you can only take 1 downtime action per downtime. You only get 1 free downtime action. You can still spend coin for the others, but all of you lose your second free downtime action.
Okay.
It's not safe to move.
Yeah.
You just have a lot of other stuff going on. There's a lot of things in play. So, all right. So yeah, go and roll for the
Gambling
Project.
mhm.
or for the project. What are we doing?
Your magic project.
What am I rolling?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were rolling for the results of the
the gambling
what you
den
got from the game.
is what you were saying.
Oh, gambling den. Sorry, that's me.
Yeah.
And that's our tier.
Tier minus
Minus heat?
We don't have any heat.
We don't have any tier here right now. Oh,
No, 'cause
amazing.
we went up to wanted level 3 last time.
What?
Ooh! That's 10 coin.
Oh.
Well, good news, everybody. The crew vault is completely full, so that's all going in pockets.
So
Love that.
that just means we were insured for the coffers.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
the
Yeah,
insurance
we just got the insurance payout. That's perfect.
Baron was doing us a favor here.
Who wants money in their pockets?
Me.
Everyone take 2 at least, and then who wants extra 3?
Me.
Give them.
Yeah, go take
me.
it. Take it, RJ. Grackle, do you want extra money, or do we just give 4 to
Fume.
Fume?
I feel like Fume will actually use it.
Okay.
Because
Fume take a full 4 then, and everybody else get 2.
Alright.
that 4 actually put me into the next tax bracket.
Yay! Good.
Yeah, he's saving.
I am 2 away in my stash from.
I have one question.
Full.
How did you get 10?
Because it's tier and then minus heat, but we have no heat.
Yeah.
It's a tier roll minus heat.
Yeah.
Oh, tier roll. Sorry. Okay, then it would just be because it was a 5 and a 3 and a 2 for the 10. Then it would be
You don't take the total, you take the highest roll.
just the highest. Oh, okay. It's been a while since we played
Blaze in
this
the Dark, you take
game.
the
My
highest- Sorry, it took me, I
bad.
had to look it up because I was like, wait. how
No,
did you get that
that's
so much?
that
I
was
didn't
so
question
much, and I didn't question it either because usually we have a shit ton of heat. I was like, damn, that's great. Okay,
Yeah.
so then it's just 5.
Got
So
it.
everyone take 1, and then RJ take 2. There we go.
Got it.
RJ can have mine.
Okay, RJ take 3.
I'm 2 away from my stash being completely full, and I've got a coin in my pocket.
Me too.
Fun fact, I am now 2 away from getting out of the tax bracket.
You can do it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. I also get 2 stash at the end of downtime for my little something on the side. I'm at full. I'm at full in coin.
She can retire.
I could retire.
I mean, you can retire at any point. you get to retire
We're,
the best.
we're done
can
with this
retire.
war. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baron, for my insurance payout. I'm out of
Yeah,
here
dude.
now.
Yeah. What
But
if
I can
Valor is
also
just
now
like, you know
roll
what?
my wealth right now, right? For things
Yeah,
instead
I
of
mean-
something else.
Yeah, y'all can always do that. Yeah, you can.
But
you
it's
can
a
definitely-
4.
Yeah, now it's a 4, so you can definitely do that and get pretty good results. Yeah.
Oh
Um,
shit.
Awesome. So
We know how to play this game.
Yeah, so gambling den done. Let's do the ritual then. So first you have to find the ritual. So we have to do a long-term project for you
Mhm.
to discover this ritual.
Well, so
and then-
I have a thing for this.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I know I have a thing.
Got it.
Well, maybe it's probably this one that says ritual, huh?
Probably.
God, my brain is so fucking fried. Oh, is it a long way? Okay, yeah, you can.
It's been a long month.
You can
Haven't played this
study
game in a while.
an occult ritual or create a new one to summon a supernatural effect or being. You know the arcane methods to perform ritual sorcery. Okay.
Mhm.
And then you
Got
begin
it.
with an already learned. Okay, so yes. So I can make one up,
Yes, you can.
which is what I want to do.
So, as far as
Can I get Azrael to
let's
help me?
see. So, as far as finding a ritual source, so first we have to find the source of the ritual. You have to create one on your own.
Can I get Azrael to help me?
You get Azrael to help you. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I won't have a mechanic benefit, but they can definitely help you.
It just that because she's bound to me and already has to protect me. I'll be like,
Yeah.
hey, how can we do this but bigger and with buildings?
Yeah, so I think Azrael, like, again, being a demon and having a font of information and that kind of stuff, can definitely help you to create a ritual that
Demon mommy.
that meets those specifications. So we're gonna go ahead and do a 8-segment project clock that we will have to complete before you can create the ritual. To create the ritual.
Understood.
So,
Sorry, I just said understood.
so you can go ahead. So you spend the coin to do the first roll to create the ritual or start the ritual and start the process. So go ahead and roll. Let's say study.
Study, not attune.
No, because this is a process of learning and
From a
creating.
demon. Okay, well, I tried.
You did.
That's okay, that's a 6.
Okay, so 6.
Ooh.
That would be 3 ticks.
No
on
head
the clock.
consequences for me.
Not yet. So that'll be 3 ticks on the clock. So you have 8 remaining, or 5 remaining. sorry.
I did not understand your math.
Yeah, so you have 5 remaining.
8-segment clock, so you've done 3, so you have 8 left.
So you can spend another coin to do it again,
Yeah, sure.
or
Why
you
not?
can leave it there for now.
No, let's just do it. This is how we do things in this house.
This is how we do it.
Am I studying again?
Yes.
I stay up all night reading. I'm late for the parade of whores. That's 2 6s.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. So that's another 4 segments. So you just need 1 segment left. So as long as you don't even have to roll for this last one, as long as you spend the coin, you can
Yeah,
finish it.
Should I just force it?
Okay. Yeah, if you want to
let's
get
do
this
it.
set up
Yeah, let's
now,
do it.
it's
I'll
good.
take it out.
Let's
of my,
fucking do it.
I'll take it out of my stash.
Well, you can have my coin. Take my coin. I have a free.
Salome,
take
I
my
need
coin.
I need $1 more. right.
Excellent. So we have the rituals, so we need to do the questions on how this ritual is going to work.
Yeah, oh, and I gotta call it something. All the other ones on my sheet have names. Okay, questions.
Call it Fort Knox.
Fortnite. Ritual Fortnite.
I do like the book here. I don't think I've mentioned this before. The book here specifically says in like the learning the ritual thing, the player records these answers in their notes
Yes.
for future reference.
I'm writing them down. They're on my sheet.
Yeah, and so it takes all responsibility away from me.
Away
to
from the
have to
GM.
remember it.
Fort. No.
You gotta love
Not
a game that does
the-
that.
Yeah, not the DM will have the stat blocks
The
for these
DM will have the
monsters.
stat block ready for you.
Fuck you.
That's so. I hate that that's for summon. That's like all summoning stuff. It's like the DM will have those. It's like, why would the DM
Will
have
I?
those? Did the DM know that you were gonna try to summon shit?
Okay.
This
is Fort Knox.
Fort Knox. Okay. Is that Knox spelled like Knocks or Knox spelled the actual Fort Knox, which I don't know how that's spelled
It's
actually.
KNOX, I believe.
Knox.
KNOCKS is funny because it's like hard knocks. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing that instead. That's funny.
Got it.
And also you have to knock to come in. Now.
Got it. All right, so I ask you, what does the ritual do and how is it weird?
The ritual functions like a silent alarm. It triggers when... We have to have a trigger point for it, but it can be triggered to immediately notify the 4 of us via our bound in darkness, which is what lets us help regardless of distance and whisper messages to each other.
Mhm.
So I want to function on that same pathway, and I will notify the 4 of us when something bad is happening in one of our places of business.
Okay, so when my question for this is you set up the ritual at a location. What sets it off? Any sort of violence happening there? Just something bad, like something violent occurs at that location and you get a ping on it? Or is it like somebody there has to signal that they need help?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it's just something violent, because like with Will and Nala, like they didn't even know something was happening until they heard something going on downstairs. You know what I mean?
Let's take. We run a brothel. There's no way we don't have like a code of etiquette for these places.
Correct.
So if somebody breaks that, bing, and then we can decide how big the response needs to be.
Okay.
Oh, it could be like could it be like an escalating response? Like someone is rude to one of our employees, is like, and then like someone
'cause I
throws
don't-
an actual punch or breaks something.
Yeah, I think there'll have to be like parameters because I don't want to be notified every time somebody's like, my drink wasn't mixed strong enough.
Fume at the bar just hitting alert glass over and over again just for fun.
Yeah, so I think we set out some parameters of like any kind of like violence or any kind of like forced entry or anything like that. Somebody who's not supposed to be there.
Got it.
After hours, nobody that doesn't work there, something like that.
So it's less of a just straight up and down like security alarm, like once the door's locked, if anyone opens it that's not using a key or something. Like, so this is like more sophisticated in that the ritual is actually able to read like the intent and the actions of the person that is doing the thing in
Yeah.
the place. Okay.
Yeah, I'm willing to spend a lot of energy on this.
All right.
Because I don't want this to happen again, and also we're at war.
So we're gonna decide on the magnitude for this, and you're weighing this to be like a building level. Like this is surveying like a building. Okay.
Yep.
So that's a scale 4 on its own. And then how long are you wanting this to last for?
Forever.
Okay.
Forever. I don't know. I'm if we need to, I guess it could be something that we like reset every so often, like re-up every so often.
The longest duration in the book is a week.
Okay.
So
A week sounds good at least because
All other
we're
duties
making
are the same.
moves.
Yeah. If I need to keep doing it, I'll keep doing it.
So what I'm going to say is like, if I just took the magnitude of those at their base value, I'm going to tailor this down a little bit because it seems a little ridiculous, is that would put you at a 10 magnitude, which means you're taking 10 stress every time you're using this ritual.
That's a lot.
That's a little much, considering I'm going to take into account that this is not something that is like this isn't offensive. This isn't like blowing up a building. This isn't like murdering the person who comes inside. This is just sending a notification to the 4 of you that that something is going on there, so to warn you. So I'm going to say that to cast this ritual, because the second question here is, what must I do to perform this ritual and what is its price? So by default, a ritual takes at least 1 downtime activity to perform and inflicts stress on the caster according to its magnitude. If its performance of the ritual is dangerous or troublesome in some way, that requires an action roll, usually attuned. May also have additional clocks, such as sacrifice a rare item, or start a new dire progress clock. So, let me think about this. If it's going to take a downtime activity for each casting of it, and I will reduce the cost of like the amount of stress it's going to take on you. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to start with a base of 5 stress to cast the ritual. If you want to lower that to make it a little bit easier so you can do this more times, then we're essentially going to reduce the potency of the ritual and saying that it's a little less, that there is a consequence or more of a cost in the actual like rituals formula. In which case, I'm going to say that. What's the cost here? We can either increase the amount of time it takes you to be notified, or reduce the amount of people that are going to receive this notification. So it won't be all of you. It'll just be like one of you. Or I'm going to say it's going to take like from the moment that it happens, you will receive like that ping, but it's going to take like an hour.
I say reduce the number of people. That's my vote. And
Which
I
one
would
do you
say,
wanna do? Yeah.
I would say that it should either notify Glass or Fume, because Fume has the ability to jump into a different body as needed.
I was saying Fume's body jumping, he has to be with the
Yeah,
body
he has to
he's
be
jumping
there, but
into. You can't just like set up 2 bodies in 2 different locations and pop
It
each
just
one.
means that from now on, Fume's just waiting in a warehouse somewhere.
then maybe Glass. I think if it notifies Glass.
I think it should notify Glass and Grackle, because Grackle's a ghost and can get anywhere she needs to be.
Well, it can only be one, so
So-
it'd have to be Glass or Grackle.
Oh, Grackle.
Is this like, this is my only option, or is 5 stress with the option?
No. So this is what we're creating the ritual right now. So I can
Okay.
say you can either stick with 5 stress, in which case everyone is notified and you know immediately. But it
Okay.
takes 5 stress each time you cast it. I will reduce that cost if you want
Permanently.
to say permanently. If you want to say instead to lower the stress cost, it's going to be, I will say 2 stress. But either only one person is notified, or it takes an hour for you to get the message.
I don't think it's worth it for an hour to get the message, because by then, honestly, like Smash and Grab might be able to come track us down in an hour. I think it.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll have it. Yeah, we can do that, and that way it can notify me.
Okay.
Then you can just use your mind blank to tell everybody else.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is going to
we're gonna
cost
say
stress, but it still wouldn't be.
Just a stress, which would basically mean like
Yeah, it
it's
wouldn't
gonna
be 5.
take 3.
3.
Or if you're with us, you can tell us anyway.
yeah. Okay. So the actual parameters of this ritual then is it lasts for a week, covers 1 building per casting, it costs 2 stress, and when something happens, someone breaks the code of conduct or does something, breaks into the building, something violent happens against the building, then Glass receives a ping.
Okay, so if you're doing it twice, it's gonna be 4 stress on. I mean, the coffers is in ruins right now, and all the people that we love are out of it. So I would say the priority would be the jewelry box and the bathhouse.
I'll do it.
Okay. The last question for you though is, what new belief or fear does knowledge of this ritual and its attendant occult forces instill in you?
This is my favorite question. So I've answered this for all the other ones I've done too. A new one. I think, especially since we knocked the stress cost down, this is actually the easiest ritual that class has come up with yet. Because the others are bodybuilding and putting dead people back in bodies. And literally changing people's external appearances. So this is like baby shit. Glass is like, I think like doesn't even think twice like during the research and everything. Like I think this has sort of instilled that belief of course I can do this, because I can manipulate these kinds of magics into doing whatever the fuck I want. Which is feeding out of the belief that I first put down when we did the first one, which was my copycat ritual, which is Glass having the thought of like, I'm standing here, just me, replicating the powers of like literal demons and gods. Like, either I'm the shit or they ain't shit, and either way, that's good for me. So I think this just like, I think they do this and like Kellen helps, and this just like fully fuels the thought of like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I'm gonna find out exactly how far I can take that.
So you are only doing this at the bathhouse and the joy box, not the coffers, correct?
Yes, we'll do the coffers later.
Okay.
Since there's nothing there to steal anymore.
Okay. You will need 2 more downtime actions to accomplish that, and then take the 4 stress.
I am out of coin, and I just got the full thing, and I think rolling wealth might be helpful in this situation.
I got it.
Okay. A lot of downtime actions. This
it happens every time at this point.
No, that's fair.
And I will like it, like doing things.
Okay. That is done. That is in effect.
Yes, now that I've fully sent us down a completely different rail than we were on before.
So let's talk about the score. We can get started with this and then take our break. So before we get into any setup actions or information gathering, let's talk about what our approach here is going to be. What are y'all looking to? How are y'all looking to accomplish this? Is this purely a social approach that you're looking for? Is there going to be, are you murdering someone that's in charge? Is the idea to just surreptitiously replace somebody? What are y'all thinking?
We want to do this surreptitiously because the last time we were loud, the Baron noticed, and look where that got us.
Yeah.
That works. So the idea here is that y'all are trying to get in charge of take control of the checkpoints. That's the end result. The detail is putting somebody that you trust and that you control in charge of that checkpoint. So, I mean, it could probably be a deception is probably your closest there based on what y'all are describing. Social would be more like if you were taking the person that's currently in charge and trying to persuade them to your side, and trying to like flip them. So this seems more like a deception. Do we agree?
I think so.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we haven't tried just trying to pay someone off. Maybe we should try that.
Sure.
My only concern with the just paying somebody off is that, yeah, we're rich, but look at who we're up against. Like-
Okay, blackmailed is. Twist my arm.
Not even blackmail. I mean, like,
Oh, we had
Yeah.
to do blackmail.
we could do blackmail.
Or
Blackmail?
we're in the Unity den. We've got the red string board is flipped over above the fireplace, and Glass is just pacing back and forth. Like, all right, so we can replace them. Obviously, we all know we're capable of that. We could pay them off. We could do a little bit of blackmail. I personally liked what we did to that one cop when we made him look fucking insane.
Oh, you mean the blackmail?
I guess that was sort of also blackmail.
I think we have an MO.
Yes, it's riding on trains
And blackmail.
and blackmail.
Okay.
That's the name of the train I'm going to buy when I buy as a train in my retirement. When I'm filthy rich, I'm going to buy as a train. I'm going to name the train Blackmail.
And then we can have me murdered on it, and then have like some sort of weird mystery party on the train.
Yes, as we do know now that I'm capable of putting you back in your body.
Could you imagine the jewelry box touring?
Now there's an idea.
Okay, speaking of trains, let's get back
Sorry,
on the
yes.
rails.
Sorry.
Fume is reaching up with a sticky note and putting ideas for later.
Put a pin in that.
For now.
I hand him a pin.
So,
To
I
replace
feel like we
someone.
have some options.
Blackmail. You know, it just depends on. Who
We have a couple
are.
of options for who that could be as well.
Yes.
If you wanted to reach out to who we thought was rather upstanding blue coat, that David, I believe it was.
I honestly don't remember if he was David or I was David, but I think I'm fine with him just being David.
I think it was David.
It
yeah.
must. I know one of us was David.
I don't think you were David.
I don't. I don't feel like a David.
That's too normal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and not flower related at all.
No.
Or like Duncan or something.
yeah, and I will remind y'all too, just in perspective of all of this, not telling you choose one way or another, is that whoever you are putting in charge, you're essentially also getting them to agree to let a bunch of criminals through the checkpoint.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Pick an
not David.
upstanding.
Yeah, maybe not our
Law-abiding.
upstanding, law-abiding guy.
Well, we don't want
Pick one
somebody
that's already bad.
Yeah, but we don't want somebody that's like too much of a shitbag.
Can we?
Yeah, there's a sweet spot.
Can we fake some paperwork and just put Steiner in charge?
Can we just put
I mean,
Steiner
that
at
is-
a
Steiner
drum?
is wanted!
That's what makes it so funny.
This is his long lost cousin.
Steiner is also
Reiner.
principled, though, remember? So he's only going to do a really specific job, and that's killing people.
Yeah, Steiner doesn't want to sit at a checkpoint.
Who else?
Checkpoint.
Why we
Who else
never
do we
use
have?
him.
Because every time we suggest using him, Val's like he doesn't want to fucking do that. And we go, okay,
Well, y'all should murder more people
because
and bring him to
he's that
Tuco's
grumpy
murder.
old man, and he just wants to do what he wants to do. And instead of killing him, like I should have done when I had the
I get-
chance.
I gave y'all a kick-ass assassin who's a friend of yours.
And we have
And-
yet to use him,
He
yeah!
murdered my boyfriend.
Yeah, that's how good he is.
You're right.
I heard
I'm coming
of
back
a
around on
thriller
Steiner.
movie recently where a guy gets trapped in a phone booth and he's on a phone and if he hangs up then a sniper's gonna shoot him.
I believe that's just phone booth. Yeah.
It's like
Is that phone booth?
I think that's
let's-
just phone
it's
booth
like
is the name of the
Speed,
movie.
but with
Pull a
phone.
phone booth.
But with a phone booth, yeah.
No, it's like, oh shit, what's that fucking stupid ass Jason Crank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember Crank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crank and phone booth and speed are essentially the same movie.
I watched that movie for the first time with my parents.
Oh,
That's
God.
a wild movie to watch with your parents.
Rented that
Um,
bitch from Blockbuster.
But yes, I've given y'all lots of tools to accomplish jobs
Yeah.
in certain ways. Y'all just keep doing jobs in
The
ways
same-
that don't need
same
your
fucking
tools.
thing.
we'd like to do them the fun way.
We have an
Um,
MO.
Listen,
Okay, so
if
Steiner's
we
out.
really want Steiner
We have
on
Jared.
this-
We have my friendly guy, Jaren. He is a blue coat.
Yeah,
He's an archivist.
Yeah, well, he's not gonna want to be out at a checkpoint. He's a book guy.
But he's an inn. Maybe
is
Yeah,
an
he
inn.
knows a
regardless
guy.
of who you pick, part of this job will be convincing them
Yeah.
to do this for you.
We're good at that.
So
That's
yeah.
the part I'm least worried about.
So
Mhm.
nobody is just going to be like, I mean, there isn't a perfect choice. Either you have to convince somebody or you're going to have to take somebody and put them in this situation and figure out how to get them in.
Yeah.
Idea. We get the lowest rung person in the blue coats. Okay? And then we station Steiner somewhere where he just keeps on assassinating people above
Oh
our
my
guy.
God.
So he gets
on getting him
promoted.
promoted.
Fail him upward.
Yeah. it gives Steiner the enrichment he needs in killing someone.
We are at war. Like, we can just start killing people.
Yeah, we could just.
You do generate extra heat when you're at war.
No, we do.
But,
Oh no, do we not anymore with the crows thing?
Well, no, but you generate
just
extra
for
heat just for
killing.
being.
That's just
In
for killing
war.
at
Yeah.
war.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the crow's veil is only for killing
Yeah.
during a score.
But yeah, I mean, you can. But the thing is, you're going to get that
Murder.
heat regardless of whether you murder people or not. So
Yeah.
if you want to go the murder route, that is an option.
That's true.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn that into a score for y'all. All
right,
and not
why-
to sit here and narrate Steiner killing people for the next 2 weeks.
Hear me out. We buy a really nice bowler hat and a tie.
Hmm.
I cut holes in the bowler hat for her ears and I put them on Buttercup. And we get Buttercup a job at the checkpoint.
There is a specific rule in the Dustfall Charter that a horse cannot.
That's
cannot-
fucked up.
Which means
fucked
that
up.
it's happened before. Those rules only exist when it's been done before.
Yeah, that's one of those. This only happened because somebody tried it.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, Mayor
Rumination.
Sugar Cube really brought Duskfall up.
I'm just saying.
We
Okay. Should we see if-
need
So
a blue
we've
coat.
got-
See if
We've
Jaren
got-
knows somebody.
We've got Jaren. So Jaren might know a
Let's find
guy.
An ambitious but kind of dumb and malleable blue coat.
Yes. Yes.
I like that.
Not like stupid.
And maybe we can tighten
younger
our
guy.
search to a blue coat that is pissed off about the way things that have been rearranged because
Yeah,
of the Foundation
who-
and the Baron.
Who is the Baron putting on blast for trying to unionize? I want that guy.
Who was recently put on the night shift for trying
So-
to unionize?
That's who I
So
want.
narrowing things in, it seems like the score then, the detail here is to find a blue coat that you can flip to your side and then get them in charge.
Get him in charge of a checkpoint.
Could we use Steiner here because it is a type of headhunting we're doing?
Hey.
Hey. All right. Well, with that, we're going to take our break.
Okay.
All right.
Not like this.
And instead, we can put Jaren on figuring out our tax stuff because he's a book guy.
Yeah. Well, Jaren's also
Yeah.
good if you guys want to do gather information.
Yes.
Can help pinpoint somebody
Yes.
that would be
Yeah,
good
I'm
for this.
sure
so.
he knows somebody who's decent, but would
Malleable.
fuck over the company for a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and take our break now, everyone, and we will come back to get started on this score. So everyone go do break stuff, get some water, stretch, eat a snack, whatever you need to do. And we will see you back here very soon to continue our session. Until then, stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out. So we took our break. We are going to go ahead and jump right back in. So we have our initial kind of setup right now for the score. So want to open it up for any information gathering that y'all might want to do. I think this is our first job since y'all have gotten the informants. I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
how those work. Let's see. Where are they at? Thought they were on the... Did y'all get the informants? Or no, you have lookouts. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have the informants. Okay, so +1 die to survey or hunt on your turn. Okay, so that won't affect this. I don't know why I thought we had the informants. All right. So
I think we were actually saying that if we get somebody at the checkpoint.
Yes, that okay. Actually, well, yeah, let's roll that back then. So if we're looking at because I do remember that before is that we were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long.
It's been.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess now that we're framing all of this, we could consider this a grab for another claim. So, okay.
Yeah?
Keep that in mind.
Yeah?
Yeah. Make a note of that. All right. So, who wants to do what?
I did say I was taking Jackdaw out for enrichment time, and that enrichment time is information gathering.
Yeah, he needs a walk.
He does need to walk.
He needs a whole hike.
So,
Bitch, are we
what
fighting? We're not really fighting.
I think ideally you're not. It kind of depends on how all this goes. Could turn to a fight. Probably will turn to a fight. Usually does.
You want to fight?
Not to be a what?
You want to fight?
You want to fight? No.
So, what are you trying to gather information on specifically?
Specifically.
You want to take him out about the checkpoints?
Yeah, and scope them out, see what the guard changes look like, see what, like, if there are familiar faces in those guard changes.
I did
Okay.
have a thought about this while we were on break. How long has it been since we brought him back?
Jackdaw?
Yeah.
Probably been about 6 months.
It's
at
been a few
least.
months.
It's been a bit. Because I was trying to think. You brought him back.
Did we get him before or after Salome went to prison?
That was exactly what I was thinking.
I believe it was before prison. Wait.
We brought him back after the church because that's where I got the body.
Yes.
And you went to prison after that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because we got a bunch of heat from all the killing.
Yeah, from all the
from
killing from that.
church.
I think that's.
And
I think that was the
Salome.
timeline.
Okay, so yeah.
So it's been at least because I was supposed to go to prison for like a year, but I have jailbird, so it was only a few months, and then we've had a ton of stuff since. So it's been at least 4 months.
I don't think we ever talked about it because it just struck me that before we brought him back to life, Jackdaw had never been to Duskfall. He died in Tycheros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He woke up in a new body in a new
In the
country
city. Yeah.
He didn't even have the
And a
TSA
vampire.
and a vampire. So the last few months,
a
I
wild
hope he's been.
experience.
But yeah, I just had like this really funny
So-
mental image of Fume being like, "I'm gonna take him around," and you just like take him on a grand tour of all your favorite places in Duskfall, and it's like really sweet.
Your favorite
Also-
little cafe, like
Val, something to add to your writing list. Jackdaw's point of view of all of this, because it must be buck fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so it would probably be a like Game of Thrones style, where like it's going to be multiple each chapter from a different character's perspective, all through the interweaving narrative, and yeah, it would be
Yeah, gotta get Jackdaw in there. Derek
would be
obviously
all-
gets chapters.
the book of this story would be from everyone's perspective except for your four
Yeah.
perspectives. Like,
And it would be so controversial when it came out, but ultimately it'll be people's favorite in the series.
Yep.
yeah. Anyway, so
I'm
we'll
so
keep.
sorry I
I'm gonna
keep
keep
diverting
store.
us.
I'm gonna
I
keep
love it.
storyboarding that. Okay, so you are taking Jackdaw and actually trying to scope out like how the checkpoints function, who's reporting to who, like guard shifts, that kind of stuff, like the actual mechanics of how this checkpoint is operated.
Like,
Correct.
yeah.
Got it.
Maybe also if we're feeling a bit rambunctious, like if there's any hidden ways into or around these checkpoints that we can exploit.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see. I'd say if you succeed very well, then that's probably some additional information you could get. So let's do that. Probably a survey.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too. I am going to. I'll push myself here and give myself an extra dice.
Okay.
Risky standard.
Yes. We'll go with risky standard.
That is. Okay. That's a 6.
6. Nice. Okay. So with a full success, you, Jackdaw, and maybe a couple of members of your crew, specifically the ones that like Jackdaw has been working with. I think his like little operation is separate from where. 'Cause we'll do a little bit of backstory or background on Jackdaw, what he's been up to these past couple months, because we haven't really
Yeah.
seen much of him. So since coming
Bottle
back.
episode?
Yeah, bottle episode. The rest of this episode is just gonna be me narrating the last 6 months for Jackdaw. No. So Jackdaw, after coming back, I think kind of went AWOL for a bit. Again, like Van said, in a new city, in a new country, in a new body, like a lot of things had changed. So took some time to sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Acclimate to the
To find
changes.
himself.
And kind of got back up to his old. So in the past, Glass and Jackdaw were were thieves by trade. Probably worked with some other people. I think.
Yeah, I know. Terrible morals. All
Now
around.
that Glass has moved on to sort of higher level like business functions, like running like a criminal organization and doing jobs that are, less about stealing things and more about, more like bigger criminal operations and endeavors, Jackdaw kind of went back to his roots and began working with some like thieves around the city and doing some burglaries, heists, that kind of stuff. Still under the purview of like, working with the obedient servants and kind of being part of this crew, but having his own like kind of smaller sub crew as part of it. So you take this this Jackdaw and a couple of others and head over to, I believe the bridge that we're targeting are the ones leading out of Crow's Foot, if I'm remembering correctly, since that's
Right.
part of your turf right now. So looking at and that's a good thing to check too. Do you get any bonuses for operating on
Home turf.
in
We do.
I believe we do, yeah.
I was looking at Crow's Foot specifically because it says oh, interesting. So with Crow's Foot, the specifics for this district, years of murder have made this the most haunted district. Angry ghosts crave bloodshed here. You may take a devil's bargain for +1 die for violent action, but the ghost will lash out too. So interesting.
Very
Hey,
interesting.
Glass, how come you've never told me we can rile up the spirits?
I don't like the ones on Crow's Foot. They're mean.
Oh, I'd be doing it a lot more often, but if they're mean, I shan't.
Well, they were generally crows in their previous lives. And they were always kind of dicks.
So you luckily with Crow's Foot, this is the like main hub for criminal activity in Duskfall. Like when people think about the most dangerous areas of Duskfall, like one of the first ones that everybody thinks about is Crow's Foot. A lot of infighting between gangs here. It's heavily disputed turf. So you are able to very well blend in while you are keeping an eye on the operations here. These bridges leading out of Crowsfoot are probably some of the most heavily guarded bridges, like checkpoints, just because of the criminal element that exists within this district. The checkpoints themselves, so the bridges that lead out of Crowsfoot, there's 3 in total. I think there's only 2 on the main map. Or no, yeah, there's 3 there. So there's 2 that lead out of Crowsfoot. The one to the south there is Char Hollow, technically. So there's 2 that lead out of Crowsfoot. The main bridge is a wider, almost like a 2-lane bridge that where carriages and some of the larger vehicles can move through. There is a more narrow footbridge to the south. The Bluecoats have essentially set up a the checkpoint itself. All the defenses are obviously geared towards Crowsfoot. There are these barricades that are set up, kind of blocking off the edges of the traffic, essentially funneling any vehicles that come through like one narrow passageway. There's a separate, like, for any foot traffic coming across the main bridge, there's a separate kind of like narrow kind of alleyway that's been set up. There's like a fence that's been erected that leads up to a gate where there are anywhere between 4 and 6 Bluecoats at that gate as like pedestrians are moving into the inner city. Talking about the foot traffic first, so anyone that's walking across the bridge essentially gets into a queue, heads through this checkpoint, through this gate. Everyone that goes through the gate is inspected for weapons and other contraband they might be trying to smuggle through. Anyone with any sort of bags, luggage, anything like that, searched at the gate by those guards. Usually 2 conducting the searches, while there are anywhere between 2 and 4 that are keeping the peace amongst people that are waiting to cross the bridge. At the busiest points of the day, you can get somewhere between 30 to 50 people waiting in line to go through the checkpoint. Some of the quieter parts of the day, usually there's somewhere between 5 and 10. They have most of their guards present during the busier parts. As far as the vehicle traffic goes through, the passageway is wide enough for 1 carriage to make it through at a time. Similar to the vehicles, the guards stop each of the carriages moving through. There are anywhere between 8 and 12 guards that are positioned at this checkpoint at any given time. They conduct vehicle searches, look for any contraband, weapons, things like that, checking the vehicle and the passengers as they go through one at a time. With a 6, so that's where you get just basic observation.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Page 93. When you prepare to execute an operation of your preferred type, and I believe deception is one of those, on your hunting grounds, you get +1 to any gather information rolls and a free additional downtime activity to contribute to that operation.
So our
Nice.
preferred
Okay, that's good to know.
operations
So
are sabotage.
It's sabotage.
Mhm.
Okay.
Remember,
Oh,
because we
damn.
discovered we had to pick one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we took up another one. Okay, damn. Okay,
No,
that
we
is
took
that is
another
something to run.
Hunting ground.
Hunting ground. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. If y'all were doing a
Good to remember.
sabotage here, essentially trying
Yeah,
to like,
sabotage was our.
Blow up the bridge.
yeah.
We still,
Something to remember.
It still
Which
might happen.
hold on, let me take a step back, because so sabotage, obviously, like the types of the preferred operation doesn't necessarily correlate to the types of jobs, because sabotage is not one of the ones on those lists, I don't believe. So
No.
technically speaking, I guess y'all are trying to sabotage the operation of this bridge. Like
Oh.
if we're looking at, if I'm to be like,
I've
to
literally tried
follow
to
the
make
rules
this
here.
exact bullshit argument before, and you were like, "No, idiot, it doesn't count."
No, but like I
it's
don't
just
think
so
this is
funny to me. When
I
you're
don't
like,
think this is a
"Actually."
bullshit argument though. Is that like you are sabotaging the bridge? Like there's a function that is
Yeah.
happening here, and the whole goal of this is to disrupt that function,
I love
so
it.
that y'all can accomplish what you want. So yeah, I'd count this as a sabotage. So I'll give you your downtime
Yay!
action. You can roll one more die, RJ, just to see if you crit.
Yes, see if you crit.
No.
No. Okay. So with a 6, what I will tell you, the other thing that you notice, because you were wanting like guard rotations and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that one of them? Okay. So observing over the course of the day, or the days that you are watching, there is a rotation. Usually it is every 2 hours. About a quarter of the guards that are on duty are shifted off duty. So where there's, if there are 8 people posted at a gate or at one of the checkpoints, 2 of them go off shift, 2 more come on. So they're never switching everyone at the same time, but they are making regular guard changes. So people are working, usually working about 8-hour shifts.
No, this is too easy. No. To just eject. No.
You saying something I'm not saying?
Listen, we just ambushed the motherfuckers right before the shift change, and we already have 2 people in there. Then we wait another fucking 2 hours, ambush the next dumbasses to come in, and just slowly rotate the people out with our own.
And when they realize that they've gone missing and they're not showing up for shifts anymore,
It's too late by then. By then we've stormed across the fucking bridge now.
I guess that helps with one. I mean, is the plan here to set up for to get us permanent access, or for one job?
Honestly, I would think it'd be for the big one, you know?
Permanent access, though, would be extremely helpful.
Yes, permanent. Who said that?
I did in your head.
Go, go.
Your Grackle.
You promised me you'd stop micromanaging.
Go, I just think I have some pretty good ideas to contribute. Go.
Yeah. Jackdaw nods and says, I mean, making one push wouldn't be too difficult, but the other thing you have to look out for are them. And you see also kind of at the back, not at the checkpoints, stationed behind the checkpoints, kind of just statuesque along the edges of the bridge, are a total of 8 iron coats, 4 on each
Jesus
side of the bridge,
Christ.
just staying there. They do not change out at any time.
So whenever we do have somebody that just lets us through, they've got to not make a stink about it either. They just got to
Yeah,
pretend
well,
that they checked us and everything.
essentially, if y'all are surreptitiously like getting, if you're like what Jackdaw points out is y'all could just bum rush the bridge and try to get some stuff across, but it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna cause attention, and people are gonna start showing up pretty quickly. As far as like replacing every 2 hours and getting new people in there and stuff, that would work for like one day. And then once they realize, it's like yesterday, all 8 people that were supposed to be working the
Has
8,
anyone seen Greg?
yeah, that would give you a 2-hour window, and then they would catch on, and then there'd be additional security.
Because
here,
my
so-
idea is if we have to do a forced push, just one
Mhm.
big rush, no breaks.
Yeah.
It is something
So-
to consider if we need, because the goal here with this is to get permanent control of one. But if we need to do a big push and we need control over multiple at the same time, that's definitely an option for other checkpoints.
So you have all that, you have the shifts, you have the guards that are posted there. As far as the defenses, other than the actual barriers that are set into place, and there's like razor wire and stuff like that to keep people from like climbing over or trying to sneak around, like secret ways through. Uh, the waterways are probably the easiest way to get across. You deal with boat patrols that are coming through pretty regularly. There's a patrol that comes through about once every like 20 minutes or so. Enough time that like you might be able to sneak across like super quick. But again, the risk of getting caught is pretty high. Plus, you're again drawing attention to people on the bridge can see down. There are like spotlights and things that are when it gets dark that they can use to illuminate the water. So again, it's not perfect. There are ways you could probably sneak through, and you imagine some people are getting through the net. But the idea is to catch as much as you can to keep a trickle of criminal activity moving through. The biggest deterrent, though, as far as just pure firepower, posted up, like there's a platform that is built up on the opposite side of the bridge from where the foot traffic is coming through. On top of that platform, essentially looks like a guard tower, and welded to and kind of stationed there, pointed out towards Crow's Foot. It's essentially a massive gun, a rail gun of
It's a
sorts.
sniper rifle on a stick.
I mean, it's essentially, so if we look at the
When the
was in
fuck
the-
did they put that there?
it's the new, where was it? Blades Deep Cuts. That's what it was, I think. No, it's not that.
Frickin' Baron messing up my view.
But essentially it's like a Gatling. It's like it's an arcane or a Sparkcraft powered like Gatling gun, essentially. That is
That would be really fun to take control of if things go south.
Yeah. So and there are
Can
obviously a
I
few guards
assume that
posted
they
there, too.
have one of these stationed at each of the checkpoints?
If you check the other checkpoints just to see if there's any difference between them, yeah, they all look about the same. Yeah.
Hell, that's fucked.
Yeah. So those are the defenses, and like I said, you see ways that you could probably sneak past the checkpoint, couple at a time. Nothing like crossing the water in a small boat or something between the bridges, probably be your easiest way. So there are ways you could smuggle things past, but you'd be really limited, and you'd be rolling the dice every time you do it, both literally and figuratively.
Well, I think wouldn't it be you rolling the fortune roll about how well we do?
Stop it! Don't poke the bear.
I'm not. I'm agreeing. There are some mechanics we have to do.
So I feel like does that significantly or sufficiently answer your questions about this gather information?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I think the big one, I gotta go talk to Jaren.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to Jaren to gather information on like who's your target going to be.
Who's
on
our
this
target
one, right?
gonna be? Yep.
Got it.
I think I might mention the whole tax thing to him too, and maybe we can do that as a project to get Jaren on making our tax thing go away.
With the coffers. Jared could look into that. Yeah. I mean, you could start a project clock. On that,
Okay.
too.
Can we use? Are we cool with using our freebie downtime activity that we just got to start a clock on that?
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Okay.
Don't see why not.
All right.
Come at the problem from all
No,
angles.
I object. No.
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 All right. Then yeah. So you don't spend the coin. You just get to have that. We'll go ahead and do. So it's going to be the project itself is mostly going to be Jared now, right? 'Cause he's
Yeah.
gonna be the one doing the research and everything. So
Yeah.
we'll roll with his quality to see how much
Okay.
progress he makes on this daily. So
Yeah. Okay.
let's see. Let me get a new clock going.
I chose my fear correctly.
Just gonna do a 6. So this is gonna be mostly so this first push here is gonna be Jaren finding out what if he what would need to be done here. He's
Okay.
looking into the matter. Once this is completed, he will get back to you and be like, hey, this is the deal, this is what we're gonna need to do.
Cool.
So grab that. We'll say Jaren. Is it Jeren?
Jeren.
And tax investigations. All right. I'm gonna roll fortune for Jaren then. Give him 2 dice. It's 2 and a 2. So he gets 1 on this
Okay.
one.
It's a start.
He's a working on it. But so you approach him. So Jaren still working in the same office here in Silkshore. Again, the Silkshore Blue Coat department is kind of a bit of a laissez-faire kind of attitude. Like they are in one of the more reputable criminal elements in the city. So they get a lot of bribes and kickbacks and stuff from local businesses. So it's a lot of see no evil kind of attitude here. So you go in and find Jaren. He's sitting at his desk, mountains of paperwork all around him. As you come in to visit, he kind of perks up for a little bit, tired, kind of bags under his eyes, hair's disheveled in a mess. His blue coat is hanging on the chair behind him.
I will bring him real coffee.
Okay.
Not this mushroom shit. The real thing.
He kind of straightens up. You see his uniform shirt looks very wrinkled, like he's probably worn it for the past couple of days. And as you bring in the coffee, he looks at me and says, "Oh, Salome, hi. Is that for me?"
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much. He moves off some papers to set the cup down. Takes a
Real
sip.
thing, where you like it. Too sweet, black.
Thank you. Please have a seat. He gets up and comes around to pull some books off of the chair across from him. As you sit.
Jaren's office looks like my real office here at home.
Yeah. He says, "So, what can I do to help you?"
I'm looking to bring someone up the ranks.
All right.
Someone who is not necessarily content with the way that some of the organizational structures have been happening, with the Bluecoats relegated to the station that they are, with these Ironcoats all about.
Right. Bit more. So I'm understanding you're wanting to ingratiate yourself to one of our ranks,
And help them rise among their ranks.
right? Easy enough to do. There's lots of go-getters around here. You wouldn't be the only one, I assume, working on something like this. So, stationed here in Silkshore, looking to maybe grease the wheel of some local enforcement here.
Looking to get someone a very prestigious and cushy position at one of the checkpoints.
Right. Okay. You want a friendly face at the checkpoint.
Correct.
On it. Do I even want to ask why?
When have you ever wanted to ask why?
Normally I don't. However, this business with the checkpoints and new Lord Governor, there's a lot of focus going on there. A lot of attention.
Let's put it this way. If or when it is discovered that I have someone at one of the checkpoints, things will be settled one way or another, and no one will know that you got your hands dirty.
All right. You just need a name for me, that's it.
I need a name, and if you're feeling frisky, perhaps an introduction.
Right. Let me think. So you're wanting someone that you can trust, but isn't necessarily trustworthy.
Again, I would pull someone like yourself, but I know you love your numbers.
That's beyond me at this point.
I understand.
That would draw far too much attention for someone like me rising to that level. The captain in charge of, oh, I guess supposedly back up here. Which checkpoint are you looking at?
We're looking at Crowsfoot or Crowsfoot?
Yeah.
Crowsfoot.
I'm gonna go before I go too far because I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and do I think a sway or consort.
Sway?
I'm
Can I do
fine.
consort?
Yeah, you do. Consort.
Okay. So I get the +1 with the gather info. So I'm rolling 5 dice.
Nice.
And is this risky standard?
Yeah.
Oh! What do 3 6s do? I've got 3 of them. Come on. There we go. Yeah. I got tree. I got tree.
For later. No, I'm not going to start allowing that. Yeah, you.
We're not playing what was it, Vason?
Oh yeah. Okay, you. Yeah, so you. So he looks a bit nervous. Looks around, like, kind of gives you one moment. Stands up, looks out in the hallway, up and down, make sure nobody's there. Closes the door, pulls down the shade, comes back around, sits down, says, "All right. I assume my usual payment for this, right?"
Of course.
Okay.
And for the introduction, a little extra.
All right. So first off, you need to know what you're dealing with. The captain currently in charge of the Crowsfoot. He's put there for a reason.
I figured as much.
Captain Borman Costas.
Costas?
Yeah. Karstas. Borman, Bormin. First name. Says, kind of a nasty son of a bitch. Former Leviathan hunter, not a captain, crew member. Came with blue coat. Actually was a gray coat for a while. No, it's not gray coat. Inspector for a while.
Didn't happen to work on Pansia's boats.
That I don't know.
Just wondering.
Either way, has a bit of a reputation for himself. I mean, worked Crowsfoot for a long time. Ruffled a few feathers while he was there with pretty much everyone. Kind of had a no-nonsense attitude towards him. So clearly, why he's been put in charge, he doesn't have any favor or, I would say, goodwill with most of the underground in Crowsfoot. So the issue is they're not going to put anybody in charge unless they have a similar sort of disposition. Somebody who knows the district, has worked those streets. But you want someone who isn't known to take bribes.
And of course, this wouldn't be a bribe. It would just be a leg up in the organization.
But either way, Lord Governor's Meriden's people aren't going to approve any sort of promotions unless their record is pretty spotless. Sergeant Hooper.
Hooper.
Emmeline Hooper. First name that comes to mind here. Actually, she was hearing this through friend of a friend of a friend.
Of course.
Was in line for the position at one point. Was one of the top contenders when they were putting all this together, but has a bit of a, let's say, gray past.
I can work with Gray.
Not her directly, no criminal ties as far as I'm aware, but her dad, I believe it was tied up in something or another. I don't know all the details, but family doing time in Iron Hook doesn't exactly look good on your resume. So she's not exactly at the top of the list anymore. So I think she might be your best bet. I don't know much about her personally. I've never met her myself. So I don't know how receptive she's going to be to outside influence in something like this. But
Worth a shot.
that's where I'd start, at least.
Pulls out a little bag of actual coffee and puts it on his desk.
Thank you. Tucks it away like in a drawer. All right.
And you'll look into that tax business, of course.
I will, I'll get right on that. See what I can dig up. I'll set up the introduction, you and Sergeant Hooper. Just give me a time and a place.
Done.
All right.
I have to think about that one. Do I want to bring her to the bathhouse? It's kind of our most reputable place at this point that hasn't been trashed. All right. Yeah. Is that above table? Does that sound like a good plan? Bring her to the bathhouse, schmooze her a little bit.
You know, bathhouse is perfect schmoozing grounds. I feel like we
Listen,
kind of
get some tasteful mist in there. Everyone just sitting around, lounging, talking.
I feel like we got the bathhouse for schmoozing purposes, really.
What should I tell her this meeting is for?
Ooh. Okay. Her dad did time at Iron Hook.
Mhm.
Did Jaren say they're still at Iron Hook, or that they just did time there?
Jared seemed to imply that they were still in Iron Hook.
I like that. Okay.
God, we can work with that, right?
I think we can work with that.
How scummy
We've worked
do
with
we need
less.
to be about this? Because we could be like, we want to meet her on the grounds of the unfair imprisonment of her father.
Yes. But also, we could also get her father out and, like, get him out on a technicality or something. Help her out.
Actually, the clock rolled over to the next day, so this was actually done in a different time zone. Therefore,
Seriously, yeah.
It sounds fun to me.
Could we do some sort of setup action to work on like getting her dad out on a technicality?
Potentially, yeah. You could do that before or after you meet with her.
Can you imagine, like, you have her come to meet with you, and he's just chilling in the back?
You've already.
Oh, hey.
Turns out she hates her dad.
Oh no. Okay, maybe we should meet with her first to see how she feels about her dad.
Pulls
Yeah,
out
yeah,
a gun from under her towels. Thank
Oh
you.
my god.
Honestly, win-win if she hates him.
Yeah. Wait, do you hate your dad?
I hate my dad too.
I am my dad too.
Let's be friends.
Okay. Yeah,
Lovely.
let's meet with her.
Freaking nerds.
Let's set up that we can be helpful to her. Let's be helpful to her. And let's get her in there.
Okay. Yeah. Jaren will set up the meeting there at whatever the specified time and date is. So we will wait for that for a second in case there's anything anybody else wants to do while this is going on. So Glass, you said you had something you were thinking of, right?
Nope, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you had a ghost thing you were gonna do.
Did I say that?
Yeah, before the break.
Oh,
you
we had
mentioned-
talked about. Oh, we had talked about potentially trying to get one of the, like a spirit warden at the checkpoint. But if we already have, like, we don't need a guy. We already have a guy.
Yeah.
That was just an option I had thrown out for
Can we
getting
get
a guy.
spooky? Could we get
We can.
spooky with some information gathering? Like either find out more about the sergeant or find out about her dad or
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you have names now, so you know the captain's currently just the person you're trying to replace, is Captain Karstus, and then yeah, you have Sergeant Hooper. Both of them you could gather information on.
sick ghosts on what's his name? Karstus?
Yeah,
Sick ghosts on Karstus. Have the spirit wardens go after Karstus. That's what gets him out.
I do like that.
but is it? Yeah, if there was, yeah, I mean, obviously,
I mean,
I assume y'all are
What's
gonna
really
sick
funny
ghosts.
about this is that in this world, ghosts are a legitimate problem.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, like, that could be a technicality. It's all like, oh, fucking, there's ghosts
so
at
we
Ironhook that
set
want
up-
him dead.
We set up his basement to look like some occult ritual going on to summon ghosts, and then sick the spirit wardens on him.
Essentially, like
That's-
the equivalent of being like he has lice, so he can't be at the office.
Yeah.
right now.
I was
like-
going to say more
haunted.
like he has a meth lab in his basement and he's
You
not-
should not come into the office if you're sick or haunted.
or haunted. Yeah.
Or haunted. Oh. Good point.
But that's more of a in.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry. I got a message that immediately started going. Sorry. I'm haunted now.
Haunted.
Um.
Pissed.
So
I have something I'd like to do.
okay.
If it's a bit of a non sequitur. I apologize.
Okay.
Love those.
Let me check with. So Van, your thing was more of like something you could do like during the job, but nothing like beforehand. No.
No, it was more of just like one suggestion I had put forward, but
Okay.
I like it as
We got a
part
cop.
of the. I like it as
Yeah.
part of the job. I think that's a.
Yeah.
That's
we'll
a
hang on
good.
to it.
That's a good in. Can I do a personal investigation to try and find out who personally broke into the cabaret or the
Ooh.
Jesus. It's not a cabaret. I was thinking of the cabaret on
The
the train,
coffers.
like do a traveling cabaret
To
via
the-
train.
Yeah, yeah.
The coffers. Yes.
Okay. So you're this isn't necessarily tied to this job, but you're wanting
Not
to look
necessarily,
into
no.
where that's tied. Yeah, absolutely. Let's what would that be for
I was thinking hunt.
I think that could work. I have too many tabs open. Hunt
Sorry.
is hunt a target, gather information on its locations, movement, time precise. I mean, I think right now this may be more of either a study or a survey to like you're looking at the crime scene. You're pulling like a Sherlock Holmes to the crime scene, trying to figure out, all right, like
Discombobulate.
how many people were here, what happened, all that, and then that'll get you on the trail to then hunt them
I can do that.
on your own.
I can do that for sure.
Okay, so honestly, like I could see either study or survey, being kind of depending on how you're approaching it.
I'll do a survey.
Okay.
Like if the trail goes cold, I'll drop it, but a 5.
5. Okay. Mixed success. So is Grackle doing any talking, or are you just looking over the scene?
She's looking over the scene.
Okay. Not like canvassing for witnesses and that kind of stuff.
I imagine it's her just looking for clues.
Okay. So, with a 5, you while everything else is going on, you head back over to Night Market, having this itch in the back of your mind, trying to wanting to know who's responsible for this. Is this like, do you think this is tying in with something like your compulsions, like for vengeance and that kind of stuff?
Of course.
Like, okay,
somebody
got it.
came on our turf.
Yeah.
They scared Nala. They must die.
Exactly. 100%.
Absolutely. You you take some time looking over the scene, and you pick up on a couple of things while you're here. Like, I mean, they started doing some cleaning, but luckily you stopped Amelia at one point, so that kind of gives you a little more of like some areas that haven't been touched, preserving the crime scene. So through the parts that have been, because like you're sorting out like footprints of you and the others came in. Luckily there's like, again, a lot of debris on the ground. There's the liquor that's been poured out, like kind of softening the wood, like a lot of areas where like you can pick up tracks pretty easily. The first thing you notice is that the front door that was like bashed in brutally was not like, the amount of damage here would not be conducive, or like would not signify that a person like elbowed or shouldered the door in. Like the force would have been too strong. Like this door basically came off the hinges when it was struck. But you also look over the kind of the debris and everything around. Nothing as heavy as an iron coat came through here. You would see like divots in the wood, and there would be like, these are hulking monstrosities. Like they would have damaged the place just by walking in here. So something with something with a lot of force, a lot of power behind it, destroyed this place. What you also notice is like, again, that same force utilized destroying the bar and other places. And you pick up like behind the bar in some areas where you don't remember anybody else on your team kind of like walking through. You see some like muddy like boot prints. there's only so much you can really pick up from the boot prints themselves, as you are kind of looking them over. But based on your count, there were probably at least 3 people that were in here that caused this damage, based on the movement and kind of the patterns that you're seeing around here. Given the like different variations of the sizes, like so different sized shoes, multiple people. What else do I give you on the 5?
Is there anything I could act on?
Think about this.
A singular out of place roll up that is a specific pipe weed thrown on the floor. No one smokes Lucky Strikes in Crow's Foot.
Actually, let me get some pulled up my notes here.
This mud can only be found outside of this
like
specific warehouse.
Like how Sherlock /
They
Jack
left a
Reacher are you going
matchbook that
here?
read Pier 13.
I'm trying to think of how this would connect, but yeah, I think. Okay, yeah. So the other thing that you go through the bar and you head to the back room. So going over the damage here, nothing here that's really like signify like something you could like follow up on. You head to the back rooms, which again have been smashed up, destroyed. You get to the main office where the safe was that Will had told you had been broken into. The safe itself is still there, but it has been pried open. You can see like the metal itself is bent. It looks like either there was like a crowbar or something else that was wedged into it, that was then used to force the safe open. They didn't crack it or anything, again signifying like a heavy amount of force that would have had to be used here. But as you're looking over, out of the corner of your eye, something catches you for a second, and you look and you see something like broken or like sticking out from underneath one of the cabinets that's wedged up in the corner. You head over to it and pull it out, and what you find is the crowbar itself, that is basically bent in half from is twisted from the amount of force that was used. As you look over the crowbar, you realize that it has a branded, like a maker's mark from the welder or the blacksmith that would have put this together, manufactured it. The maker's mark for it is for a a blacksmith emporium company that is run out of the docks, over near the main the manufactory that the Baron owns.
Okay. I think Grackle sort of picks this up, considers it, and she's going to take it to Fume.
Okay. I don't know where you find Fume right now. We'll say it's between stakeouts.
Yeah, just probably in his lab.
Whatever he's working on, just a crowbar gets tossed down on top of it.
From behind Grackle, there is a floating orb. So you got yourself a crowbar. It is Fume's human body just sitting in a chair, and then the orb floats around Grackle.
She would normally react very comically to this, but ever since she became a vampire, she's a lot less fun. Yeah. She'll like turn towards the orb. Whatever broke into the coffers had to have the strength of a hull, I think.
Right. Given the damage to the door. So, crowbar. Why? Was it you? Was it part of the smash and grab? Not ops people. There's not a lot of processing power in here. Give me a second. Hello, I'm back.
She just stares at you. I think this crowbar's from the docks. Used to be there. Anything familiar about it?
Examine? Study?
I won't even make you study for it because this is pretty self-evident to you. You look it over. So yes, there is a maker's mark that is sort of like welded or imprinted in like the base of the crowbar. So the manufacturer, the stuff, the factory at the docks doesn't produce stuff like this. They mostly, any sort of tools, implements they have, they outsource to like smithies and stuff that work out of that district as well. There are a number of smithies that the Baron or that the factories utilize for this. Yeah, I assume RJ has to go. So I assume that he's going to pass this along to you. There are a number of smithies that the factories there utilize. This would be indicative, or like this mark is for like a specific smithy that made this crowbar for whatever it was initially made for.
Okay. Good to know. Grackle does not follow up on that. As soon as she knows for a fact that this goes to a specific smithy, she'll thank him politely, and then leave ominously.
And nothing else was said. All right. Well, I know RJ had to step away, but also I think we have to wrap up here.
Yeah. We could pick this up next week.
Yeah, that's fair. CSI Dustfall. I realized too, I was sitting here, I was like, what sort of evidence can I give you? Blood? No, that doesn't really help. Fingerprints? Nope, also doesn't really help. There's no database for those. No DNA, no fingerprints.
I'm regretting taking Terrible Power instead of Arcane Sight because one of the abilities in Arcane Sight is intuit the location of a hidden object. Just like it turns you into the best detective in the world, and it's all like, oh, no, I need to do superhuman things.
Yeah. No, police work is tough when you don't have access to any modern tools.
Resources at all.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Fume was able to very cleverly deduce that the crowbar came from a specific smithy in at the docks. So that's what we passed along. Went ahead and passed that along to
Oh, I
Grackle.
love this brand. I shop there all the time.
Look with your special eyes, my brand.
But I think we need to end the session here anyway. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So, guys, God, second week in a row that I haven't ended on a cliffhanger or something. I feel like I'm not doing my job.
Black
Sorry, I threw you a crowbar right at the end.
We are doing a shortened session too, so like we're
exactly.
you
We're
know.
I
feeling.
didn't have time to set up for it this time.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's.
It's just a zoom in of Lord Skurlock looking around his library. Where is my crowbar?
He doesn't talk like that.
Suddenly, the crowbar comes to life and starts beating Fume in the head. There
My
we go.
God.
This is deserved, but why?
All right, let's do our end of session questions then. PC advancement. So desperate action rolls. Don't think we had any of those today. Playbook specific XP triggers.
So much calculation, so much conspiracy.
Then express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
One day I'll get to deny my humanity, but it is not this day.
We take care of our
this-
own.
Does
Yeah.
this count as struggling with issues from a vice, trauma, or stricture?
Well, you took. Oh wait, you took the harm. Yeah, you
That's true.
you kind of do. I mean, vice. So what's the specific vice, trauma, or stricture?
Vice, trauma, or stricture?
Guess it's not technically one of those. I mean, yeah. I'm trying to decide what that would fall into. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can take it. I don't care.
It's kind of a slant rhyme to that. It's the spirit of the law.
I
not
realized I was
the-
thinking too hard on it, and it's a game, and the points don't matter. And yeah, y'all go for it. Okay. Then yeah. So the struggle with issues and vice and trauma. So that's everything marked for those. Van, you want to do the crew stuff?
Execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage.
Not yet.
No. But it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
We're at war with the Foundation.
Here, I want the foundation now.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
We're loyal as fuck.
Still loyal, baby.
So loyal.
We take care of our people.
We do.
I was fully planning on just being like, Will, go somewhere in a little cottage and take Nala and
take a vacation.
we'll still pay you.
Yeah.
I hear Tigros is fine this time of year. Get as far away from us as possible.
For everyone who's not glass. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Always.
And forever.
All right.
Well,
them.
that is it. So let's go around and do our stars and wishes, and I'll give out a quote.
I can go.
Okay.
My star goes to Glass for one, incorporating a red string board into the Unity Den, which I feel like should have happened a long time ago. But also, I have been thinking about the train called Blackmail since before break.
Train called blackmail.
And it's I just keep hearing like, I hear that train a coming, it's coming round the bend. Yeah, it made me really happy. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
My wish. I already love Sergeant Hooper. As soon as I heard her name, I was like,
Yes.
Hooper. Yes. We're gonna have some fun. So yeah, I want Sergeant Emily Hooper to be our new best friend. That's my wish. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but I'll wish
you're
for
either
it.
gonna free or kill her dad, and I think either way you'll be in good with her.
But
so.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's me.
I go
Who's
next. Hello. I think I will give my star to Wings and Grackle for doing the thing of trying to hunt down the people who fucked us over. I which leads into my wish of buddy cop. Fume and Grackle do a buddy cop.
Oh, I would love that.
Fume and Grackle do a buddy cop.
I would love that so much.
I want to be your Detective Kim, or Sergeant Kim from Disco Elysium.
Incredible. Yes, no, I love that. It's like if the roles were reversed between Dubois. Is that his last name?
The boy.
Dubois.
Yeah, except Kim Kisaragi. Yeah.
If the detective was the straight man and the assistant was the was the goofball.
Grackle, I have
Which I
something
guess
to
is
tell
just
you
Phoenix
about
Wright.
us. We are not straight in any capacity.
You know what?
I know, but
I misspoke and I apologize.
That's all right.
I guess piggybacking off of that, my star is Fume's little tiny form. It continues to bring me joy. I love how it's been useful so far, and I don't know, it's fun to watch Fume do crazy hull stuff. Like, I feel like ever since he passed off the old body intended for his brother, he's really been able to just cut loose and be himself. Just have fun and be himself.
He couldn't
Just to
modify his brother's body. That was made for his brother.
Yeah,
He's just borrowing it.
It's genuinely a lot of fun, and I like to see it come up. Yeah, I guess my wish is buddy cops.
Totally down.
I don't want to distract too much. I don't want to defer to rabbit trail too much, but we can't let him get away with it.
I mean, that sounds like an excellent thing to do during the next downtime.
Someone has to pay.
Monetarily or with their body.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Love
that's
it. All right, Van, I think you're the one left.
oh, okay. I want to give it start to everybody. Is that a cop out?
No.
I so rarely do it. I'm gonna do it today because I just had a good time and just glad to be back. And everybody did a great job. Great job, guys. Everybody did a great job, and I liked what you're doing. Keep doing it. Can I also wish for buddy cops?
Yeah.
Yay!
I've never set a limit on y'all wishing for the same thing before.
I wanna wish for buddy
I'm not gonna
cops.
start now.
I want to see Fume and Grackle do some bullshit.
Yeah.
They're so rarely alone together.
For obvious reasons, but still.
Oh yeah, because they will kill each other.
But
But the ride,
fair point.
the journey
The
there is
way-
gonna be so good.
the way that this happens is that Grackle's obviously trying to do this on her own, and then Fume invites himself along.
Yeah, he just keeps showing up.
Oh, you came to this conclusion too? I got here before you, so that means I was right first.
I told you this was my favorite smithery.
And this is why it's my wish. This is what I wish for. Because I'll just pop some popcorn and watch that shit.
Awesome.
Aim for the bushes.
Yes, please. I need the two of you to jump off a building. At some point.
Yes! Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to jump.
Which is gonna be funny because we would both survive because we're not human.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true.
Yeah, a robot and a vampire walk into a bar.
Literally, and it doesn't face
Vampire
either of
robot
them.
Buddy cop. It's so good.
It's pretty
Oh
good.
my god.
It's good.
Are you gonna be long-lived? Will you never die? Am I stuck with you?
Yeah, I think the two of you are stuck together for as long.
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
God,
To be
it's-
fair, I mean, Grackle probably is going to have the shortest lifespan out of all of you. I don't know if that
Glass will find immortality.
immortality.
Doomed by the narrative.
I mean, here's my headcanon is that if Grackle does survive her murder spree and everything, she's gonna do a full what is it called? Black Mass. What's the name of the one? Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass.
She just like does a rowboat
Spoilers
Yeah.
for Midnight
out
Mass.
in the water. and
Rides
stuff.
into the sunset.
Oh my
And then
god.
it
Literally.
erupts
Memory
into flames.
unlocked.
Literally
Yeah.
rides into the sunset.
Yep.
Yeah, that show
Love it.
fucking rules, dude.
Oh my god, it was so messed up,
So
but
messed
so
up.
good.
I'm gonna give the quote today because I relate to this so hard to Salome for speaking of trains. Can we get back on the
That
rails?
was so fucking good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a
yeah,
good
Good
one.
one.
Val
We were
wishes
honestly
they
on
had
our
thought of that
best
shit.
behavior today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we
it's
were
good.
very well behaved today.
We
Yeah,
were. We
y'all
did really
were.
good.
Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, y'all were very well behaved today. If I could give you all like a Pavlovian treat to keep you from getting on tangents again,
It
I
won't
would.
work.
But yeah,
We're fundamentally broken.
but that is going to be it for the night, everyone. Apologies for the short session, but some people got places to be. But we will be back next Saturday.
I won't. I'm
Oh,
on my fucking
fuck.
trip. I'm sorry. I'm
Fuck,
sorry.
damn it. Well, maybe we'll play some more King of the Castle.
There you go.
Yeah.
It went really well for me last time.
Did
I
you
was-
win?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll be the king of the castle.
There you go,
I
there you
would
go.
love for Wings to be the king of the castle.
Yeah, that would be fun. I love it. It's been fun trading off. So, yeah, probably more video game streams next week then, so we can get everyone here. But yeah, so join us for that, and join us on Monday for the next installment of Red Jenny as well. Thank my lovely players to make this game a joy to run as usual, and thank you everyone out there for watching. We will see you all in a week. Until next time, good game and good night, Internet.